Hello there everyone, this is I am Mark 3 and welcome back to Infraspace. As I quickly check and see, yes, my microphone is on. Yes, hello, welcome back to Infraspace. Part 2. Ugh. I've now thrown off my entire rhythm. Okay, right. Welcome back. So we're going to pick up where we left off last time, I think, which is we are still getting our, we're still getting our foundational infrastructure up and going, for the most part, I must admit. And I'm thinking of adjusting it slightly by relocating these and adapting them a little bit. So I've had a thought on these, which is the tier 1s benefit from these atmospheric processes, right? But the tier 2 science producers in this area benefit from the tier 1s, but not from the processes. So if we rearrange them like this, we will get, first off, more carbon, which we will always need. There we go. And second off, we rearrange it so that every tier 2 science producer, which are these guys, will get a boost from 2 science positions, instead of 1 being on the outer edges like that. So, more science. That's the goal. That's the aim of the game. More science. Have I overtaxed my steel? I have overtaxed my steel. Whoops. So yeah, more science, but more importantly, we need more steel. So we need to start burning more ground dirt stuff to make more steel. Yes. Just gonna find the buttons. I have a bad habit in Infraspace of losing track of where stuff is. There it is. But I'm also having to keep an eye, unfortunately, on population. Because if we go overstretch on population, of course, things slow down, so we can't do that. Blah, blah, blah. Right, well, this stuff is doing its own thing. I'll randomly build a road out here. The only comment we got regarding the last part, actually, I was mildly surprised. I was hoping for maybe more than one comment, but we only got one. Oh well. And that was from Dama, who said it's almost like Factorio and City Skylines got together to have a bar roasted. Which makes me, because I said it that way, made me remember Void Bastards. I kind of regret that I didn't get further into that game. I only got just into the start of the second layer, as I recall. But yeah, I can see part of where he's coming from with that, like Factorio, factory and stuff, City Skylines, traffic, and urban development. This isn't as nuanced as City Skylines in terms of development. It's certainly not as nuanced as Factorio regarding actual outright, production of stuff. Let's make more concrete producers because we need more stuff. But yeah, this game is, as I said last time, I think, almost entirely geared up around the actual traffic. Oh wow, yeah, I've overtaxed things very much so. Okay, sulfur mines. I can't. Oh good, I'm just about making enough sulfur. I'm not making enough sand though now. So I'm going to have to try and do something about the sand. Can't do that. I think I'll run it off here. There we go, nice and sensible design. Well, I did warn you about this last time. I kind of like being able to do odd little shapes like this. And I tend to do that just because it gives it a very organic look compared to what would otherwise be going down. And boop. Speaking of look for things that are going down, I think I'll continue because I do actually have a shape for this. I don't know if it's a good shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if it's a good shape. But in my previous attempts playing this, it's kind of done its own thing. If it's going to be any good, who knows? It's not the densest of shapes around, but what I'm doing here is I'm basically constructing a T-brace. I'm lying already. No, I'm constructing a H-shaped, well, vaguely H-shaped cross-section, which is going to be my first city, quote-unquote. Thank goodness this game doesn't model people having to travel to and from work, otherwise this would be a huge nightmare. Oof. But then this would be City Skylines, if that was modelled, wouldn't it? But no, we don't have to worry about that. People just teleport from places of residence to places of work, and that seems to be good for them. Good, good. People are slowly levelling up their stuff. You guys mostly need water and food, don't you? So I think maybe another source of that down here would be a good idea. Don't know if that's any use, but it will be. So, why am I doing it like this? I'm doing it like this because we do get more transport options later in the form of ye olde train stations. Yes, we get trains in this game as one of our options for long-range transit, and they are actually not bad. I mean, I won't say they're pretty good, but here's the thing. They are also kind of expensive. As in, you need a metric butt-ton of steel to lay the tracks over any real distance, but they do cut down on congestion so much once you actually get to them. But we're not there yet. We need green science packs first, which I've been distracted for because I was thinking of other things. I swear, I'm okay. I'm okay. Sanity is optional. Let's just put some water down here as well. Okay. Let's get a power link installed up here. Maybe it's bad, but every time I say that, I just think of Transformers. Optimus Prime, power link! And then because he's unique, he combines with these mini vehicles out of his tractor trailer. So, yeah, Prime's always got to have something special going on. He's Optimus Prime, of course he does. Of course he does. Except when he's not Optimus Prime, which is quite frequent. And when he's not dead again, which is also quite frequent. I swear, if Starscream's trope of being the slimy, treacherous, silver-tongued betrayer who always manages to somehow worm his way out of outright paying for his deeds, well, 9 times out of 10. Optimus Prime's, one of his most famous traits is his ability to die and then come back again. Though that was because there's a massive public uproar. I don't know how many people are aware of this particular story, but the whole death in the Transformers movie thing, that was kept completely under wraps as a surprise because they wanted to market a new toy, Rodimus. And the result was a generation of kids went to cinemas, saw the Transformers movie, and were kind of traumatized because one of their big heroes, Optimus Prime, got shot and died. So, yeah. Didn't go over too well. There's some protests, and Hasbro just... I'm saying Hasbro? I'm suddenly not sure if it's Hasbro or not, but the people in charge didn't realise how popular Prime was until he wasn't there anymore. And it's like, oh no, we better do something about this, and so they set about getting him back post-haste. So that's how he got revived and came back after that in the cartoon continuity. I think Japan did something else, but that's Japan. Japan, seriously, they have their own set of Transformers series. Like Optimus Prime is actually called Convoy over there. It's really odd stuff. What are you guys? You guys are oxygen tanks going back towards over this way. Right, I need another source of oxygen as well. But there's also a lot of traffic because a lot of these buildings have 0 supplies and they require supplies. Right. Another problem is I've got to watch this because my immigration rate is now low. And that's because my average habitats are only 1.55, while my required, because of my population number, is 1.88. And that's why you can't skimp on the tech in this game. I unlocked copper quite a while back, but I've not done anything. So I've come over here, I've laid some endpoints, boop, like that. And now I'm going to install copper mines, so we can start doing something about all this. I think... Are we on the same rule? No, I don't think we're on the same rule because concrete plants are a bit bigger. But what I want is to connect these up to electronics factories. Oh, I am on the same rule. I can't quite do it. That's fine. Electronics factories is the thing. And then electronics factories, we can then use their outputs to produce other things. Because a lot of stuff comes off the electronics factories. Though something to bear in mind though is electronics factories actually take copper and iron for some reason. Don't know why, but they just want iron. And of course our iron source is over this way. So I'll go ahead and peel off a route from here. Just to snake it down and connect quite nicely to this one here. Let's do. So that'll be the iron source, iron flow, electronics. Now the thing with electronics also is you need so much of them that you need massive amounts of factories. And that's basically gonna keep happening. No matter how many electronics factories you put in, you're probably not going to have enough. But here comes the convoy. Just like rolling slowly down the highway. Connected up to there. Look at this though. Army of transport trucks. Just going about their own business. Though now I need to just check and make sure. Right. Connect. Connect to there. Connect to there. That should just about do it. But yeah, I need so much iron. So much iron that I don't actually have enough, so I'm going to have to expand iron production as well. Come on, get these massive circular excavators in. I do like the excavators in this game. They are kind of distinct. They do have this back and forth active animation thing going on, which is a bit of a pain sometimes, not on these smaller ones usually. But you can see these guys are doing it as well. It's like, ooh, looky, sand, om nom nom. But the problem is when you actually get up to bigger excavators, they actually have a longer reach on them, and so they actually go off the side of their thing as well. Are you actually full? You are actually full. Ah. I'm not even sure how you manage that, but oh well, whatever. But yeah, the bigger mines, which we're going to upgrade to as soon as we can, require a bunch more space. Whoops. Let's make it, I guess, there and there. And then I go diagonal on that bit there. Okay, that'll do. I was just trying to get them in place to try and figure that out, because I do try to make it so when we install the big ones, they're all going so that it looks like they're at least trying to dig into the deposit. Like this one, it looks like it's digging sand. That's the only thing I don't like about these things. They work no matter what. Outgoing storage is full, really? Oh, 105 versus 80. Oh, sure. Right. Oh well. I hope it's happy with that. Now it's saying I don't have enough sulfur. This game's a bit eclectic sometimes. Can't blame it though. But I am about to turn on the screws quite severely versus demand, because these guys require sulfur, they also require blue science, and they require electronics, so of course these guys are going to boost the sulfur demand quite significantly. There is a nearby sulfur deposit actually, I could be tapping for that. Let's do that. I always lose track of the grid tool. There's the grid tool. So, as you can see, that one worked okay on the other grid, standard grid. This one, 45 degrees, suddenly this one makes a lot more sense. At least as far as I'm concerned. And so it's like... it's kind of obvious that this thing works better this way, but it's like, now I need to reconcile that with the other ones, because it's like, look, some of these line up properly, and then some of them just don't. Like that road is halfway across a grid, so it's a bit of a thing, honestly. And then there's the fact that I'll probably, well, I've done this before, I might forget to actually switch the grid back. So I kind of have to watch out for that one. Yeah, you know what, why not? Yeah, that'll do. And then, just to be nice, I will go ahead and install this connection to a different thing. So let's switch back to standard grid mode. Look at that, see, it's not lined up at all. So there's the join. Then route it this way. Switch it back. And put in some sulfur drills. Because sulfur demand is about to go cuckoo. There we go. Sorted. Kind of sorted. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice that they have that flip thing, but at the same time, part of me wishes they didn't have it. How are we doing? 933 steel, 647 concrete. That's all fine. We're actually low on concrete because we've been building with that. Almost everything we put down so far this time has required concrete, or has been entirely built out of concrete. Oops. Now that's an example of a misplaced structure. Is that a move tool? It is! Hey, there we go. But as you can see, like, those 6 require electronics, massive spike in electronics, and suddenly it doesn't have enough. Even with all these guys. So they're doing their best, bless them. But yeah. Also got to be aware, population as well. Population is doing unpleasant things. Oops, one there. One there. Just doing something about the power requirements. At least for now, we're going to tear down and redo those later. But the other thing I want to need to do is electronics, of course, is home appliances taking electronics and iron. But the thing is, they're boosted by the electronics factories as well. So oh, is that uneven? It is uneven. Oops. Oh well. It is what it is. In fact, being uneven isn't actually that bad. If I just line it up properly to these guys, there is actually a 2x1 structure that we can just slap on the end there and say jobs are good. No, wait, no, that's not what I say. I planned it that way. Yes, this is all by my diabolical master plan, because microchips are made by electronics with sand. To make microchips, you apparently sandblast regular electronics. Who knew? But yeah, see, they can just pop on the end. No biggie. But if I can feed all of that with... Look at my electronics. Oh, ouch. My poor electronics. Then again, part of that is also because I'm short on population as well, but hopefully this will work out. Well, let's see. Yeah, this one's upgraded when these haven't, because as I mentioned this before, it's shortest distance. So these are being supplied before these are, even though the direct route is like that, because the shortest distance from these suppliers is like that. So sometimes supplies don't seem to follow the most logical route, but that's just how it works, unfortunately. If I can get them some home appliances, I can actually get some upgrades going. And yes, you guys need your sand. Don't worry, I'll do something for the sand. Oof. Your industries are so needy sometimes. Sand, sand. There you go. Something local. There we go, and we've got a little red truck going out of its way to go all the way over that way. I feel like a shorter route might be beneficial, if I'm going to be entirely honest. Maybe I should do that. I mean, what we need is a shorter route for home appliances. Not for anything else, really. Though what else will decide to take this route, I have no idea. Because this game is like that sometimes. Now, if I hit... there we go. See? There are bridges in this game. It's entirely doable. I say with vague hope, as vehicles come down, there's just to turn around and go back. I don't yeah, sometimes things are a little bit odd in this game, I must admit. That'll do. And that should provide a nice little shortcut, just for appliances. And hopefully it won't mess up anything else. So that said, electronics need to go from there to there. The question is, will the electronics vans decide that's a shorter route or not? I don't know. And I can't click on them because the wind turbine's in the way. Also notice, yeah, look, this junction is having a bit of trouble because traffic's starting to pile up. What do we got? We got sand trucks, understandable. Furnishings trucks, that's fine. Don't see any outbound electronics trucks just now. But then again, the research section isn't actually running. I should actually do something about that. Research. Right, research. I want you, Buster, to do some things. I think, improve the wind blade, wind turbines first. That means their collision circle gets lower. So they can be put closer together. Then I think one-way roads and concrete roads. So one-way roads allows us to more complex design our road network if we want to. Concrete roads is an upgrade to the roads. They're more expensive but higher speed, of course. Then there's also 4 lanes coming in later, but I'm thinking about what else we want. Like, if we want to start getting our spaceship bonuses, we want to kind of get spaceship construction rolling. So let's put that one next, actually, after roads. Then motors into large mines might be a good idea, so we can actually start getting better mines, which are more efficient. And I think that might be about it, really. Actually, pipes maybe. Pipes and then storage tanks. Pipes... It's interesting this. Pipes aren't actually an upgrade. Exactly, in this game. Most games you think it would be, but not in this one. In this one, pipes are actually more of a side grade. Yeah, look at all that. I'm kind of wondering why the sand trucks are... Actually, no. It makes sense for the sand trucks to be doing that. Maybe if I connected there to there, but then the problem is that electronics trucks might be tempted as well. There's the wind turbine upgrade. So, look how much smaller they've got now. They were next to each other before, now they're much smaller, so we can relay all of our wind turbines. I might do that off camera, actually. One-way roads already, yep, so this is all going good. Thing is, of course, that's used up all the available electronics in stock, so now they're requiring a resupply from the main area. And yes, there they go. Electronics are indeed going via the steel smelting area. Good job, guys. Good job. Also, notice they are massively underproduced, so we need way more than this to keep everything we've got running. Which is kind of silly, but yeah, we need more electronics elsewhere just to feed that. A mere handful of science places. But then again, we've already unlocked 2 techs and almost a third, so maybe it's not that silly. I don't know. Maybe it's just me thinking that. All I can say is, if this was on hard traffic transport difficulty, where each of these vehicles carries 1 resource each, this would already be gridlocked, because there'd be twice as many vehicles rolling around. Though it is happening a bit already, unfortunately. Such is the nature of the beast. Just trying to think, where else can we get? We can get some up here. That's a very unfortunate iron deposit up there. There's an iron deposit out there. But the problem is, I've actually not located my research zone in a very central way, so it's actually kind of distant. That's relatively nearby, but that's a bit more distant. And these are a bit more distant as well, so production of production of blue and green science is not the easiest for it to supply with my existing network. Oh dear, look at this. Yeah, this junction doesn't really know what to do with itself. We can actually tell it not to have stuff, so basic laned routing, like in City Skylines traffic management mod, is possible here by default, as you can see here. But got to bear in mind what that does to the traffic routing. So, yeah, one-way roads might be a good idea here, just to make a loop kind of thing going on. Then again, I'm not... Actually, no, there's a fair number of vehicles going this way as well, isn't there? So, yeah, a loop might work well for that. Plans for the future. Now, in better news, though, we have almost caught up. 2.2 versus a 2.39, so average habitat level is boosting. Requires computers and parks. We don't have computers, do we? No. So our next upgrade actually requires computers, which is... I think that's past aluminium. No, wait, no, there it is. We've already got it. What am I on about? There it is, computer factory. Requires aluminium. Which we also already have. Whoops. Okay, right, so yeah, we can start doing that, but aluminium, though, is going to be a bit more of an ask. Because aluminium is... Well, here's an example. It's actually up on the higher elevations in this game. So we need to come off this comfortable flat ground down here and get up to higher areas. Like, this aluminium's on a slope, I think. Any other good aluminium deposits nearby? I don't think there are. I think we've kind of messed up on that one, haven't we? That might be the nearest. One screen away. No, that's the nearest over there, definitely. And there's another one a bit further out, too. But the computers will be dependent on those for resources, and that's going to be a bit of a tall order. Literally tall, because we'll have to get up these massive sheer cliffs But that can wait until next time, though, because we're at the half-hour mark. So this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. And yeah, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps me out. Definitely gives me a moral encouragement, all that jazz. And yeah, see you all later. I was about to say so I can torture more space colonists, but there's literally no torture in this game. You can't do anything horrible to your colonists at all. 0 out of 10. Nah. It's a good game. I do like this game.